On Wednesday, August 5, 2026, torrential rain triggered flooding and a landslide in the Limbe neighborhood of Limbe. A house collapsed after the rain-soaked hillside gave way, killing 3 members of the same family. Needless to say that the landslide is a tragedy, but it also carries important lessons for urban planning, disaster preparedness, and environmental management. Would it appear that this sad story could have been avoided if these 3 elements were there? What lessons can be learned from this disaster? The first issue to establish is that the incident shows that heavy rainfall can rapidly turn into a life-threatening combination of flooding, slope failure, and building collapse. That is what happened. Over the years, President Paul Biya has viewed the phenomenon of building on hillsides, marshes, and floodplains as an issue of urban disorder and a defiance of council laws. He has raised this in countless end-of-year speeches, administrative decrees, and directives that are executed by his ministers. So, why build on steep slopes, at the foot of hills, close to waterways, or in naturally unstable terrain when it is against the law and the local authorities have discouraged the practice as well? The Limbe City Council has specifically urged residents to avoid hillsides, riverbanks, and flood-prone areas. Furthermore, there needs to be a proper landslide risk map for Limbe. Authorities should identify and publicly map high, medium, and low-risk zones. Such a map could guide building permits, decisions to relocate, road construction, and emergency planning. Also, early warning systems need to reach ordinary residents. Weather warnings are useful only if people receive them in time and know what to do. The tragedy should trigger inspections of vulnerable buildings within the city. A combination of saturated soil, unstable slopes, and poorly located or inadequately constructed structures can be disastrous. Buildings in high-risk areas should be assessed, particularly before and during the rainy season. Equally, disaster management must move from reaction to prevention. Rescue teams did respond to the Limbe disaster, but the larger question is, could the deaths have been prevented? A serious disaster risk strategy should identify dangerous locations before a landslide occurs, rather than waiting for casualties. Limbe, therefore, needs an integrated environmental and urban development strategy. But there is a bigger lesson. Perhaps the most important lesson is that a landslide is rarely just a natural disaster. Rain may be the trigger, but the scale of the tragedy is often determined by where people live, how hillsides are managed, how buildings are constructed, and whether authorities have identified danger zones. The 3 deaths in Limbe should therefore not be treated simply as an unfortunate consequence of heavy rain. They should prompt a comprehensive review of Limbe's hillsides, drainage systems, settlement patterns, building practices, and emergency warning mechanisms.